our lesson today, we are going to start taking all of the images and all of the text that our clients have given us and start moving it into InDesign to create the look that you see here. So you'll need your document open that we created in our prior lesson, the layout. So what we're looking to do is start adding in our images, adding in our text. We're going to start with the images, that way we get a basic understanding of where things are going. So let's start at the front page. That's the top right page on this first spread. The biggest frame on this, the frame that dominates the whole page, is the actual image itself. Now with this frame selected, I'm going to hit Command D or File Place. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to the folder that I've created. It should be on your desktop. And I'm going to look into my images folder. Inside of my images folder in the first lesson, we broke down folders into CMYK and RGB. Remember that RGB is there for digital design. Anything going on websites needs to be RGB, but this is going to be a printed brochure. All of your images are coming out of CMYK today or the PSD folder, so make sure you're finding the right location. So inside of CMYK, I'm going to look for the image that's called cover image, and I'm going to hit open. That's going to place that image nice, big, bold. It's going to come in its natural resolution, which is big. This may look a little pixelated to you. Remember, you can always go up to the top, View, Display Performance, and hit High Quality. It'll look a little bit cleaner, but the image does have a little bit of noise to it. Now, I want to make this image fit this frame. It's too big for what I'm looking to do. I'm going to go to Object up at the top. I'm going to go to Fitting. And I'm going to fill frame proportionally. Shift, Option, Command, C is the shortcut for that. And you'll see that fills in that image very nicely. It goes all the way to the bleed. That's what I'm looking for. So that's the first image we're going to place. Over on the left-hand side, the middle page, I've got an image that's going up here. So I'm going to hit Command D, and I'm going to find the image that says back cover. Same thing as before. Shift, Option, Command, C to make sure you're seeing the most of that image. Remember, as we place these, we can always come back and alter these a little bit as well. We don't have to keep them in this way. We can always stretch them out and fit them again later. Now, there are two logos that we're going to place here. I'm going to come back to those in just a moment, so patience with me. That's all the images we really have for our top spread. So we're going to go down to our bottom spread, and we're going to add all of our images that we have here. So we can see at the bottom spread that we have a lot of images on the left. Notice none of these have cut out backgrounds. All of the others do. So we're going to look for these images over here, starting with this blue bike at the top, going down to the yellow, the sunset. Over here, we're looking at a gas tank, and here we're looking at an engine. So we want those in the correct locations or close to. So I'm going to click on this top frame in my bottom spread, left page, Command D, and I'm going to look for the blue bike. That's what I'm looking for. Shift, Option, Command C will shrink that down. Down at the bottom left, I'm going to hit Command D. In this one, I'm looking for that yellow bike. So I'll go down to that one and place that. Shift, Option, Command C. And I may find that I want to make some of these images a little bit bigger. Feel free to do so. Fill the space with that image. Next, I'm looking for the sunset bike, so the bike in sunset. Shift, Command, Option C. Then I'm looking for the gas tank and the engine. Now, I can grab multiple images here if I want. I could click on Image, hold Command, click on gas tank, and I'll see that both of them start moving with me. And I can just kind of click on the frame that I want them to go into, and they'll go into those just fine. So make sure you're fitting those so I can see what I'm looking at. And we have a pretty good looking grid system all of a sudden. The middle page has 6 images in the middle, and they need to be organized correctly. So we need to start with the Fat Boy series. So we're going to start with the Fat Boy and then the Fat Boy Gray Ghost. So let's go find those first. Clicking here, Command D. We're going to find the Fat Boy itself. And then over here, we're going to look for the Fat Boy Gray Ghost. Now, what I just did is grabbed my JPEGs, and I want to show you why that's a problem. Because what we're going to end up doing is we're going to put a color behind this page. And I'm just going to add black back here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. With that black box, if I were to send that to back, notice that I still see the white of that bike. meaning this is not going to allow that texture to come through. So that's not what I want. Be very careful not to end up with the CMYK images here. We want the PSD images here. So click back on that fat boy, Command D, and we're going to go down to PSD. And in the PSD folder, you should have the fat boy with a cut out background. Place that. You're not going to notice a lot happen here aside from that shadow at the bottom disappearing, but when we add the style to the background, you'll see why this is important. So the next one is that gray ghost with that cutout background. Going back to our example, we're looking for the breakout and the heritage next. So I'm going to click on this one, Command D, looking for breakout. Good. Right here, I'm looking for the heritage. Good. Then I'm looking for the Road King and the Street Bob. Going down to the bottom, Road King. And we want the one that's not angled towards you, so the Road King Special. And the Street Bob. All right, I'll select all four of those, Shift, Option, Command C, and that'll place them all how I want them to be placed. Over on the right, I'm going to place those images that are facing towards you. So same thing, PSDs. The top one's going to be the Road King, the bottom one's the Street Bob. So that's the one with the front angle facing towards you. Same is true for the Street Bob. Make sure you're getting the front angle. And I'm going to hit Shift Option Command C and make those fit. Now when you do that on these images, you're going to notice that they get very small. I want these to be dramatically bigger than this, so make sure that you're stretching these up, but not cutting off any part of the bike. If you need to make it a little bit taller, you certainly can. So feel free to kind of play with that frame a little bit. You want them to be equal though, so if you make one bigger, make the other bigger. There we go. Just like that, we have all of our images placed. It's not hard to place images. It just takes a moment to kind of figure out what needs to be where and to readjust them in their frame a little bit. Good. Next, we want to place the logo. Now the logo is going to go in this location here on the back and this location on the front. Now the logo is an AI file. So I'm going to select this frame and I'm going to hit Command D. I'm going to go to my AI folder and find that Harley-Davidson logo. Now when I hit open, it's going to open that logo. Shift Option Command C. It can function just like an actual image, but you'll notice it may come in a little bit cut off. So just like any image, make sure that it is fitting your frame proportionately and then shrink it down as needed. Make it fit into that frame without cutting any pieces of it off. It's very easy to do. Just look at this orange box and make sure that it's matching your blue box on the sides. I'm going to do the same thing over on the left-hand side. Command D. I'm going to place that logo in there. Shift Option Command C. And I'm going to shrink that logo down so that it fits nice and proportionately. Good. Now, the reason the AI is a little different from the PSDs or JPEGs we've placed is that we duplicated it. We created a second one. And by creating a second one, we end up with two of these in kind of a folder of the actual logo. This logo shows that we've got it in those two locations, page 2 and page 3. I can edit my AIs. If I control click or right click on it, I can go to edit with Illustrator. And I could change this color if I wanted to. If I wanted a pink Harley-Davidson or a green Harley-Davidson logo, I could just alter that inside of Illustrator. All right, so that gives us all of our illustrations, all of our graphics that we're going to create. Next, what we need to bring in is our text. Now for this lesson today, I just want to bring in my text. I want to put it in the right location. And then I want to come back and edit that text in our next lesson where we start adding style to everything. So the goal is just to copy and paste today. So to copy and paste all of this text in, we're going to need our PDF open. Now, if you go to your folder system, you should have in number 3 a Harley-Davidson brochure text PDF. Now to copy and paste this the correct way, the best ways to do it is through Adobe Acrobat. So you should have Adobe Acrobat on your computer. If not, you can grab it from the Creative Cloud real quick and utilize that. So once we have this PDF open, all we have to do is start copying and pasting the information where it needs to go. So we're going to start on page 1 of our InDesign document. That's this left page. And we're going to start with the only bike that matters, that little piece of text. I'm going to hit Command C to copy. Over here in InDesign, I'm going to get my type tool. Remember, if I'm hovering over a frame that's currently neutral, I'll see this little circle pop up. That means I'm going to turn this into a text frame. When I click right there, I'll hit Command V to paste. It always comes in that default font. It'll come in that default size. That works perfectly fine for what we're looking to do right now. Good. Now let's go back to that PDF, and I'm going to grab this next big paragraph underneath here, selecting all of that information, copying, and pasting it into this area. Good. You see how we're doing. It's very simple, copy and paste. The back cover, I want to grab all of this text, and this is going to be in my paragraph underneath my bike. Good. Then there are 3 little bullets, speed, style, and power. That's going to go in this big box right here. Doesn't look like it belongs there, but it does. We're going to grab our website, visit our website at harleydavidson.com. Click right here. And as I saw there was a space missing between at and www. I'll change that. Clients do like to send you things that are incorrect. Just keep that in mind. And then the front cover is very simple. All it is the Harley-Davidson 2027 collection. And I'm going to paste that up there. Good. Moving down to the bottom spread, we have a lot more information here. And one of them being that table, which does take a bit. So in the inside middle, we have this first paragraph right here. Now we split this into 2 frames prior. So we're going to put the 2027 collection into that top frame. So this little section is going to go up here. Then we're going to grab this paragraph right here, Command C, drop that into that paragraph under 2027. And then we're looking at the different headings here. Now, as you copy these in, these should go in order, left, right, left, right. Just make sure that you've got them kind of lined up correctly. Use the example to make sure that you're doing it correctly, because the client would be a little extra salty if you misnamed his motorcycles, I imagine. So make sure that you've got everything in there on those headers, just copying and pasting. Good. All right, the inside right, this is this far right page. Specifications, this paragraph right here is going to go above where that table goes. So that's this area. I'm going to skip this table. I'm going to leave it right where it is for now. We're going to come back and grab this information at a later time. We're going to grab the lifestyle right here and paste that up here. And then I'm going to grab these headings, same thing as before, just copy and paste these on top of the bike they are supposed to be on. That Street Bob is the bottom one. Make sure that's the case. All right, the table. The table can be a bit of a mess, so we want to see if we can get the entire table in here cleanly. First, we're going to delete this box right here, this frame, because we're going to create our own table. Let's go to the table and let's figure out what we need. It is currently a 2-column setup. We can see that with information on the left and right, and it has 10 rows. So we need to make a table that's going to match that. So up at the top, let's click Table, Create Table. And we are looking for rows, 10, columns, 2, and we don't want any header or footer rows. Hit OK on that and create your table by clicking, holding, and dragging the area that it should be. Make sure you line it up on the right-hand side with the information up top. So the next thing I want to do is copy all the information from this table and place it into this table. Now your client's going to give you things like this in 100 different ways. Sometimes you can copy and paste all of it, put it right in the table. Sometimes you have to sit here and copy each individual thing. It just depends on how they give it to you. So I want to give you a challenge with that. I want you to copy and paste these into these table cells as best you can. You're probably going to have to go through them one by one. You could try to copy and paste them all at once and then move things around. Entirely up to you. But go through this table and place all of this information where it should be. So once you have your table complete, you are good to move on to styling. We have now added all of our text. It's all in a default font, default size, but we can style that all up. We've added all of our images and all of our content, our logos, to this document to create what we wanted to create. Our goal moving forward will be to take everything we have and make it look good. That's the ultimate goal for your client. So in the next lesson, that's what we're going to focus on, making this look good. So that's your daily dose of design. If you enjoyed this lesson or found it informative, please like, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment in there. I love hearing back from you guys. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one.